night there's a place I go where the bass are biting as the sun hangs low. There's a feeling I get that I hope will never end. On a deep clear lake or an Ozark stream, I kick back, relax, and I start to dream about what Mother Nature has waiting around the bend. Hey, Larry and Bob will take me there today. My gear's packed up and I just can't wait to get out on my way. Outdoors in the heartland, it's like coming home to an old friend. That city life is not for me. There's fun as far as I can see. The great outdoors is where I want to be. Outdoors in the heartland.
Your Quality Ford dealers present Outdoors in the Heartland with Bob Richardson and Larry Woodward. Outdoors in the Heartland is brought to you by Ford and your Quality Ford dealers. Strike King, #1 in fishing lures. Triton Boats, we take America fishing. Yamaha, reliability starts here. Lowrance, we lead, we find, you win.
There's one right there. He ain't too bad. First one of the day. You know, that's the great thing about fishing. Small lakes, farm ponds this time of year, you just don't know what you're going to catch, and this is a pretty decent fish right here.
Yeah, it is.
Nothing wrong with that.
3 pound fish.
Ate that
right?
zero. Oh, pretty decent little fish. That fish was right up on there using just a little 5-inch zero. And man, he ate it pretty good.
What's our water temperature there?
71.9.
I'd say these fish are done, spawn-wise.
Yeah.
That could have been a male. We have heard tales of there being 8, 9, and 10-pound bass have come from this lake over the years, and I would sure like to experience that in person, because I'm from Missouri, so you got to show me. I got to see it to believe it.
This wind keeps up, I'm gonna make you put your life jacket on. Holy smokes. You know, we got to apologize a little bit. You know, this is fishing, and of course you can't always pick your days. You know, a lot of people work 5 days a week. They go fishing Saturday or Sunday, so if it snows, the rain blows. But, you know, for us it makes it more difficult, and I am apologizing. You're going to pick up a lot of wind noise today from this, but it's either that or we put it on the trailer and go home. And I think any day of fishing, whether it's windy, it's cold, if you're catching fish, is a good day.
Well, one of the reasons we're out here today, it's conducive to catching some fish. We've got a cold front coming through this evening. Chances of severe weather this afternoon and storms, and this is the wraparound of the low that's approaching us. So we've got these strong gusts from the south. And the air is humid. We've been in the 80s the last couple of days, first really warm spell of the spring. And so barometric pressure-wise and prefrontal-wise, this is a day that you should catch some fish. So that's why we're out here fighting this wind. And if we catch some big ones, it's all worth it. There's one. Oh, he's better than I thought. Oh, 4-pounder maybe. What do you got?
Holy cow, what are you? Here, let me help you out there. Look at the head on that thing.
That's what I was looking at. I'm like, oh, I just looked at the mouth on that. I'm like, 4 pounds, but that fish would maybe weigh 5 pounds if he was fat. Well, I'm gonna throw it just off that island where the water, and it only gets deeper by a couple of feet, but sometimes in a shallow water, a couple of feet can mean a lot to a fish. you can move some, Bob's using some baits that can move a lot and attract and get some strikes, and I don't want to fish the same thing at the same time, so I'm going to my go-to bait, which is the Strike King Rage Tail Craw. And if they'll bite soft plastics or bump on the bottom, that is my go-to bait right there in that summer crawl pattern for largemouth and smallmouth. And we're fishing 70-something degree water here. It's early May, and I think the fish here in this lake have spawned. So we tried it up shallow, and Bob caught one, looked like a big male. But my thoughts were these fish are probably done, and they're just off in a little bit deeper water. So out off this island now, and a couple of casts here in deeper water. Back from where they were spawning, I've caught two, so.
Welcome back to Outdoors in the Heartland, now in our 20th season, brought to you by Scent Blocker, the advantage of intelligence, Tree Spider, the new world of tree stand safety.
With this wind, and I think we're fishing post-spawn, these fish should have been recuperated up, and they ought to be in that post-spawn mode where they're just off their spawning areas in the first deep water, and they ought to be hungry. And when you find them like that, sometimes they're ganged up, so we'll see.
Right here. There you go. Come on back here. That's a good one. That's a good one. I just missed one in there throwing this 0, and you just kind of swam that thing through there. Good fish. Good healthy looking fish.
I just changed up a little bit, and I went to, figured I want to, bites might be hard to come by, post-spawn fish, hungry, looking for something to eat, and I went to the Strike King Rage Tail Lobster. It's just a little bit bigger than the Rage Craw. But one thing about fishing for largemouth, a lot of time you fish a bigger bait, you can get a bigger bite. We'll see if that'll work. And I just changed up. I went from summer crawl, the chartreuse two-tone pattern, to a brown speckled. So we'll see. Good one.
Good fish out there behind the boat.
You're gonna be deeper.
Holy cow.
I don't think you're gonna be shallow. The gangs of them.
Guess the Rage Crawl is the bait of the day, huh?
Well, the Rage Crawl, lobster are my go-to baits. Largemouth, smallmouth. If they're not on top water and they'll bite the bottom, this is my bait of choice. I mean, that's it right there. The action that those feet kick off, I mean, you can lift and drop it. Today, I'm just slow cranking it across the bottom, and it's working. Hey, don't go away. We'll be right back with more fishing from here in Northeast Missouri. Right after this, Outdoors in the Heartland.
Welcome back to Outdoors in the Heartland, now in our 20th season, brought to you by the Whitetail Institute of North America. Deer nutrition is all we do.
Hey, welcome back, folks. Well, Bob and I caught a whole lot more fish on that day, but we're going to see those next week. Right now, I want you to join us as we head south to Oklahoma and join our good friend from Scent Blocker, Scott Shultz, on a deer hunt.
Hey boys, Turley Ranch, here we go again.
We love hunting the Turley Ranch just about every year. This part of northwest Oklahoma has some of the biggest free-ranging mature bucks I've ever seen anywhere. We make sure to get our stands and cameras out right away so we can get up in a tree and start hunting.
Hey, it's our first day here at Turley Ranch. This morning we had a pretty active morning. We saw a lot of deer, and we're looking forward to this evening. But man, the wind has died down, which is nice, but it is warm. It's really warm. Temperature coming in here is at 76 degrees, and it's just crazy warm. Last week it was 30 degrees cooler than this. They had frost and deer were moving. Right now it's really warm. Deer are not moving. However, I have the new Trinity 1.5 single layer t-shirt on. I've got the new Trinity Featherlight spider webs on. Safety all built right in. So even though it's hot, I've got single layer comfort, but yet Trinity protection for scent control. So the wind right now tonight is blowing straight back into the bedding area, and I'm okay. I have full confidence that tonight we'll have a successful night. Let's see what happens.
Sometimes this is just how it happens. You barely get up in a stand, and here they come. Scott gave this old buck a long look, real long. And seeing how this was just the first evening at the Turley Ranch, he decided to let him walk. Hopefully, that won't come back to haunt him.
This segment of Outdoors in the Heartland has been brought to you by Mossy Oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession. Welcome back to Outdoors in the Heartland, now in our 20th season, brought to you by Ford and your quality Ford dealers. Strike King, #1 in fishing lures. Triton Boats, we take America fishing. Yamaha, reliability starts here. Lowrance, we lead, we find, you win. And Gilbert's Taxidermy, the official taxidermist of Outdoors in the Heartland.
Welcome back, folks. Right before the break, we were hunting with Scott Shultz in northwest Oklahoma. You know, it was unseasonably warm there. And that's just one of the things you have to expect sometimes. You know, Mother Nature will throw you a weather curveball when you least expect it. That's one of the biggest reasons Bob and I always pack as many layers of scent block or hunting clothes wherever we go. You know, in most cases, I wear the 1.5 performance shirt and pants as a base layer under my cold weather outer garments, no matter how cold it gets. This is cutting edge technology that no one else has. Trinity scent control technology, 4-direction stretch, fabric for comfort, S3 antimicrobial and micro wick keeps me cool and dry no matter what the temperatures. And when Mother Nature throws that curveball, making it 75 in November, I shed all those outer layers and hit the stand in my 1.5s.
found this was here overnight. Actually, we were walking in this morning. We saw it flash. So we know we got a bunch of stuff on there. And then we'll put another card on there. We'll replace that when we come back. bucks we were reading on. He's a big, old, mature 8-pointer. Boy, what a neat buck he was. I think I hit him back a little bit, but you could see the blood was just pouring through him. He went over that. We could see him going for a ways. You probably watched it. I think he tipped right as he got through that brush. What a nice, big, mature deer. This is a beautiful deer. Super heavy. He's old. I just love shooting old deer. Is he the biggest rack in the world? He's not, but it's as big as he'll ever be. He's super heavy. Real nice, long, heavy points, dark chocolate rack. What a beautiful deer. Boy, he's heavy. We could see him behind us rubbing. He's obviously a real dominant deer. His face is old and gray. Just beautiful. Just absolute perfect specimen. these are old deer. This deer might be 6, 8 years old, but look how white and old he is. You see how big his neck is. It's just an absolute premium deer. Just exactly what bow hunters should be doing. When you're talking about herd management and shooting the right kind of deer, it's not all about that number. Is it 145? Is it 155? It's about shooting an old buck. This is probably a 6 or 8 year old deer. This is exactly what you want to take. I couldn't be more happy. This is a really nice deer.
Another great hunt with Scott Shultz at the Turley Ranch. You know, I just can never fathom how they have so many big mature bucks in one place. And I cannot wait until I get my next opportunity to hunt at the Turley. Now remember to check back in with me and Bob and catch part 2 of our springtime bassin' right in our own backyard.
A little bit. That's a better fish. I seen him slash at it once and I didn't think he was that kind of fish, to be honest with you. Just trying to come out of that deeper water on grass. I thought if he was going to get up in and around this stuff and just try that, you know, bright sunshine, a little ripple on the water.
Thanks for being with us. So for Bob Richardson, I'm Larry Woodward, and we hope you join us again right here next week, outdoors in the Heartland.